So is he not in here? Oh, no. That guy did not mean just now. He meant hours ago.
失礼します。
Excuse us. Welcome, everyone. How very nice of you to visit.
突然お邪魔してす
Sorry
みません。
to show up out of the blue like this.
なんだかご
Out
趣
of
味
the
の邪
blue
魔をしてしまった
for
よ
our
うで
blue pills. We apologize for getting in the way of your hobby,
い
Doctor.
やー、午後のこの
It's
時間
fine.
は
Noon
ノ
is
ーブル
the
カルク
ideal
を
time
釣り
to
上げ
catch
る
noble
絶
carp.
好。でも来客ならば仕
But
方
if
ない。
duty calls, duty
君た
calls.
ちを逆恨みする気なんて
Trust me,
俺
I'm
どっ
not
ちも
going to
ない
hold a
さ。
grudge against you over face or anything.
なんだか思いっきり恨ま
He
れてるような
says that, but I feel like he resents us with every fiber of his
筋
being.
金入りの釣り場
A fishing nut through and
ま
through.
あ軽い闇はこれくらいにして
Well, putting my bitter regrets behind
今日は一
us,
体どうしたんだい
what brings you here
てっ
today?
きりキーヤ君を
I
連れて相談に
assumed
来
you
た
were
と思
here
った
to
んだ
discuss
が
Kia's condition, but I see she's not with
Yeah.
you.
実は
Actually, it's
別件なん
about
です
something else.
その
Kia's the same as
相変わらず
usual, though.
キーヤの記憶は
There
戻っていないんです
hasn't
け
been
ど
any improvement with her memories.
うん
I
そう
see.
個人的には一度
Personally,
検査
I
入院をしてもら
still
った方
think
がい
you
いと
should
思うんだ
have
が
had her hospitalized.
その本人
Did
に
you
それとなく勧めてい
Want
る
me
んです
to
が
strap her
そ
to
の
the
気になら
bed?
ないみたいで
Did it look like that child was going to voluntarily be hospitalized? No. About that, we've tried to suggest it to her a few more times, but she just won't have it.
すみません問題
I'm
を先
sorry.
送りにしていますね
I know we won't get anywhere closer to solving the problem like
Wow.
this.
焦らずにゆっくりと考えるといい
She might be fine if one of us always stayed in the hospital with her. But that would make too much sense. It's okay. There's no point in rushing things. After all, just keep it in
それ
mind.
で別件というのは
So what's this other
僕
matter?
の専門に関わる
I
話
assume
か
it
い
has something to do with my fields of expertise. That is
まさにそうなんで
exactly
す
right.
こちらの薬を
Would you
ご覧に
mind
なっていた
taking
だ
a
けま
look
す
at
か
this? Drug for us?
ほ
Oh,
うこれは
these
なんだ
pills.
この青
Such a
色は
vibrant blue.
着色
No
料にしては
coloring
様子
agent
が
I've ever heard of would be able to produce this.
この錠剤はとある人物が持っていたものなんですが
You can't make colored dye of any color you want in this world? Interesting. We found these pills among the possessions of a certain individual.
俺たちは違法性のある薬
We
物では
suspect
ない
they're
かと
illegal drugs.
なるほど
I see.
詳しい話を聞かせてもらおうじゃないか
Please, would you fill me in on the rest of the details?
なるほど
Okay,
そん
I
な
think
こと
I
になってい
understand
る
now.
それでヨアヒム先生
So, Dr.
この
Gwenter,
青い錠剤について
do you
何か
know
ご存
anything
知ではあ
about
り
these
ませ
blue
んか
pills?
どこかで開発された
Where they might have been developed, maybe?
残念ながら見たことのない
Sorry
タ
to
イプの
say,
薬
but
だ
I haven't seen this type of drug
僕は
before.
専門から
As a
各国にある製
pharmacologist,
薬
I
会社
have
と付き合い
contacts
が
in
あって
every
ね
pharmaceutical company in
開
Samaria.
発された新
I
薬のサンプ
typically
ルは
receive samples of
大抵
all
回
newly
してもらって
developed
いるんだ
medicine.
が
However,
こんな色の錠剤は
I've
見た
never
ことが
seen
な
a
い
pill of this coloration.
そうですか
It's a shame.
しかも聞く限りにおいて
And what's
効
more,
能
the
につい
effects
て
of
も
these
尋常でも
pills
な
are
い
particularly
筋
interesting.
力集中力反射
A
神経
boost in strength,
そして判断力と
focus,
直感力
reflexes, judgment, and even
それら
intuition.
全てを高めるというのは
It managed to improve every single one of those
その
attributes.
まだマフィアたちが
But we
こ
haven't
の
been able to
薬を服用
confirm
していた
whether
か
or
どう
not
か
the
は
mafia
確か
have
ではないん
been
ですが
taking these
実際
drugs.
確認できてんのは
That
あの行員だけだし
Miner's been the only confirmed case so
リアン
far.
先生から聞いた話も
And nothing has truly
Hold on,
substantiated
wasn't
Mr.
it
Grimwood's
Grimwood's
rumor yet.
うんいずれにせよ得体の知れない薬物
Either
であるのは
way.
確かなようだね
I can tell you right now that this is no ordinary
わかっ
drug.
た
How about
3
this?
錠ほど預からせても
Allow
らう
me
よ
to keep 3 of these
早速
pills.
成分調査をし
I
てみ
can
よう
conduct a composition analysis right away.
ありがとうございます
That would be great.
その成分を突き止めるのに
Do you know how long it
ど
will
のくらい
take for
か
the
かりそう
analysis
です
to
か
finish?
薬の現物もあるし症状などの
Well,
手がかりもある
I have the medicine on me and a general idea of its
今日中に
effects.
は主成
I'd
分
like
くら
to
いは
think
突き
I'll
止められ
have
ると
its
思うが
composition figured out by the end of the day.
逆にそれで突き止められなけれ
That
ば
is very
結
fast.
構長引くかも
But
しれない
if
な
I'm not able to do that, this may take a considerable amount of time.
そうですか
I see.
まあ明日の午後くらいに
I can contact you
通信で連絡
tomorrow
させてもらう
around
よ。
noon to let you know how
そ
it's
れで構
going.
わないかな。
Would that be okay?
それで結構です。
Perfect.
Okay.
Thanks for your
よろ
assistance
しくお願いします。
in all of this, Dr. Gwenter.
これで一安心ね。
It's a big relief knowing you're
そういえ
helping
ば
us.
副作用や中毒症状の可
By
能
the
性
way,
はどうなん
Do you
でしょ
think
うか。
there are any possible side effects or toxicity? How would he know when he hasn't analyzed the pills?
うん。それも調べてみないと
Without
なんとも
further
言えないんだ
analysis,
が
I can't say for sure, but Ellie really expects this man to look down at a pill and be able to be like, yeah, this is poisonous. You shouldn't have this. Side effect is blindness. Shouldn't have this. How would he know?
念のためその行員の関係者に
If
は
anything happens
何
to
かあ
that
ったら
minor,
こちら
call
に
me
相談
as
するよう
soon
伝え
as
ておいてもらえる
possible.
かな。
We really should have just brought the minor to the hospital so that he could be looked at
他の服用者が見つかったら同じ手
alongside
配
the
をしておい
pills.
てほしい。
And do the same if you find any others who've taken these pills.
承知しました。
We can do that.
やれやれ。どんだけ出回
Man,
ってること
who
やら。
knows just how far this stuff has spread through
街で
Crossbell.
それっぽい噂もちらほ
We
ら聞い
hear
たくらいだ
rumors
し
popping up about it all over the city.
さすがにルバーチェに連絡するのは
Of
無理
course,
そう
it
で
is
すが
impossible for us to question Rivache about
本
this,
当に
but
構成員が服用
if
してい
their
たら
members really are taking it,
副作用な
I'm
のが心
concerned
配
about
で
the
す
side
ね。
effects.
確かに。
Likewise,
先生、
Doctor,
やはり副作用の危険が。
are you worried about the side effects
あ
too?
あ、いや、そうじゃないんだ。
Oh, no, that's
ふ
not
と
it.
前に聞いた噂を思い出してしまってね。
With all this talk of rumors, I was reminded of one I've heard
前に
recently.
聞いた噂。
You too.
どんな噂っすか。
What kind of rumor? Okay,
参った
okay.
な。
Remember,
改めて
none of
説
this
明
was
する
ever
ほどの話でも
officially
ないと思うんだ
confirmed
が
or explained, but
数年前、製薬業界
several
の
years
方面
back,
で
there was an
奇
odd
妙な
rumor
噂
that
が流れ
floated
たことが
around
あ
the
ったんだ。
pharmaceutical
とあ
industry.
る狂信的な宗教団
This is
体
very
が
ominous
不
music.
思議な
Oh,
薬を
yeah,
作り
yeah,
出
the
したと
creepy
ね。
music. It talked about a certain religious cult that had created a new kind of drug. I did say that that moon temple looked pretty dang culty.
狂信
Maybe
的
they
な
were making sacrifices to that archdevil to make drugs. Definitely makes sense. A religious cult?
必要教会の異端的な一
Do you mean
ということでしょうか。
they were a sect of radicals who split off from the Septian Church? Oh. They could also be the same people who were abducting the children. Were they using the children as sacrifices? Okay. Do you mean they were a sect of radicals who split from the Septian
Yeah, yeah.
Church?
そんな生優しい
No,
連
there was
中じゃ
something
な
even
かったは
worse
ず
than
なんで
that.
も
Apparently,
Eidos
they
の
rejected
存在を
the very
否定し、
existence of
悪魔を
ideos and
崇
worshipped
拝
devils
する
instead.
そんな教団だったらし
At
い。
least, that's what I heard.
悪
They
魔を
worshipped
崇拝。
devils?
なんか
This story
いきなり
sounds more and more
うさんくさい話
suspicious
にな
by
った
the second.
確かに
But
僕
we've
も
just been
と
to
っ
a
ておしまい
place
話
where
だと思
people
ったが
worshipped devils. It's not that outlandish. I definitely thought it was absurd when I first heard it
ただ
too.
その薬の効能というのがちょっと気になってね。
However, I can't help but recall the effects of the medicine they allegedly created.
なんでも悪魔の
It was
力を借り
said
ること
that they
で
borrowed
人
the
間の
power
潜在
of
能力を開
devils
花
to
させ
unlock the hidden
運すら
potential
呼び
within
込むものだった
humans,
らしい。
even bringing the user good luck.
それ
That
って
sounds
今回
like
の薬
the
物
same
の症状
effects
と
of
同
these
じ。
pills.
ヨアヒム先生、
Excuse me, Dr.
その
Gwenter.
薬の名前は
Do
何か
you
聞いていませ
know
んか。
the name of that
あ
drug?
ーなんだったかな。
Let's see. What was it
そ
again?
うそう。
Alright,
主
I
に
remember
グ
now.
ノーシス。そんな風
They
に噂さ
called
れてい
it
たかな。
true wisdom, gnosis, or so the rumor goes.
グノーシス。
Gnosis.
なんだかとても思わせぶりな名前ですね。
Tio's face, yes. My poor child. That's quite the thought-provoking name. Yes, in Genshin, which I'm addicted to, it's what gives the gods their powers.
まあ、あまりに口頭無形だからすぐに消えた
Well,
噂
because of
話
its
だったけどね。
absurdity, the story became somewhat of an urban myth.
ただ去年リベールの異変で 奇妙な
But
組
you've
織が
heard the
暗躍して
rumors
いた
of
と
the
いう
secret
噂話もあった
society
ぞ
that was connected to that big incident in the world last year, right?
今更ながら気になってね
Maybe the two could be connected
エス
somehow.
テルたちが言っていた結社のことか。
That must be the society that Estelle and Joshua told us
悪魔
about.
崇拝の教団何か関係があるのかしら。
Do you think it could possibly have any ties to a devil worshipping cult?
いずれにせよ青い錠剤の正体を突き止めるため
Anyway, in order to
同業者には
uncover the
当たってみる
truth
つもりだ
behind these pills, I plan to contact some colleagues of mine to help with the
ついでに
analysis.
その
While I
噂
do
について
that,
も
I'll
何か
also
続報が
try
ないか
looking into that rumor
確かめてみるよ
to see if it still has any merits.
お願いします。
We'd appreciate that.
悪魔の力を借り
A
る
drug
薬
that
ね
borrows the power of devils. Portillo. Bad memories.
なんだか最後に
I can't say I was expecting to hear a story like that when we
と
walked
りあえず
in.
薬の
Anyway,
成分調査は
For now, we
先
should
生に任せ
just
ておけば良さそう
trust
だ
the doctor with the composition analysis.
そろそろ夕方だし、
I
クロスベ
agree.
ル
We
市に
need to
戻りま
return
し
to
ょう。
Crossbell City before
一
it
家
gets
からの
dark.
捜査報告書が届いているかもしれないわ。
Also, the first division's investigation report might be waiting for us by the time we
や
get
れ
back.
やれ
Oh
今夜
boy.
は書類とにらめっ
Can't
こ
wait to
になり
spend
そうだ
all
な
evening reading over a mountain of papers. T.O. Poor child. Take me downstairs. At least the creepy music is gone. Yes, there is that, I suppose. Why are you in here now? The man that was rushed in here is resting in the room next to the ICU. His injuries luckily weren't life-threatening, and the doctors say he may be able to walk again tomorrow. This is the ICU, is it not? Where is... What is the room next to the ICU? Maybe it's still through that doorway. Okay. Whatever. What's going on here? I'm on shift today. It's stressful being a nurse. We have to take care of both our patients and ourselves. Those wolf attacks from a few months ago ended up getting my shift extended, so I've been a bit exhausted myself. Looks like we both have it rough. Think you mean dog attacks? There were no real wolves involved in this case.
さてともう夕方だしバスでとっとと帰るとすっか
Well, it's already getting pretty late, so we'd better grab a bus instead of walking
そう
back.
だな。
No argument here.
こういう時に
Thank
やっぱり
goodness for
バ
this
スはありがたい
bus
わ
system
ね。
of ours. I don't know what we'd do without it. So many ellipses.
ティオ、
なんだティオスケ
What's the matter,
さっきから妙に
Teotot?
静かだな
You've been awfully quiet for a bit now.
別にそんなこと
I am fine.
ティオちゃん
Tio,
夕日で分かりにくいけど
the sun makes it hard to see, but your face, it's so pale. What?
問題ありません。
I told you I'm fine. I just feel a bit unwell, is all.
おいおい問題ないじゃねえだろ
Feeling unwell means you're not
と
fine.
にかくどこか
There's got to
休め
be
るとこ
some
ろでも
place to rest around. Oh,
ティオ、
oh no.
すぐに医者か看護師を呼んでくる
I'll go get a doctor.
ああ、頼む。
Hurry. It was just her anemia acting up, thank goodness.
しばらくしたらすぐ
But
に
hey,
目を覚ま
more
すと思う
Tio story? Yes, you're correct. Tio content is always a good thing, but I don't want her to be sick. After a bit of rest, she should wake up and be good as new. Did you not eat today, Tio?
そっか
That's good news, at least.
よ
What
か
a
った
relief. You said it. For a second there, I was getting pretty worried.
でもごめんなさい私のベッドを
Dill,
使わ
I'm
せて
sorry we couldn't put her in a normal hospital bed. Mine was the only one
ち
available.
ょうど病棟の方に
Unfortunately, every room we have in the hospital is occupied right now.
いや助かっ
That's
た
alright.
ここの方がティオも
I'm sure
落ち着け
your
るかもしれな
room
いし
will be more than enough to help Tio recover.
セシルさんありがとうございました
Cecile, thank you so very much.
気にしないで
Don't mention it, Ellie.
今夜は私も夜勤があるし
I have to work the night shift tonight, so it's perfectly fine if she wants to rest here until tomorrow
それ
morning.
じゃ
Well,
私は失礼す
I'll
る
be going then.
あうん
Thanks,
お疲れ
Cecile.
あざーすお疲れ様でした
We really appreciate the help.
ティオもう少し早く気
Tio,
づ
if
ければ
only we'd noticed
考
sooner.
えてみれば
Now that I think about it, she
Joachim
first started to
senseiの
look
話を聞いている
a
最中くらい
little
から
sick during our
様子がおかしか
conversation
っ
with
たの
Dr.
ね
Gwenter.
それも確か
And if I remember
悪
correctly,
魔を崇拝する連中
it was when he
に作っ
started telling us about that drug those devil worshippers made.
いいですよ何を
I'm
聞いて
fine,
く
you
れて
know.
も
If you have any questions, you can ask me.
ティ
You're
オ
awake?
起きたの
よかった
I'm so glad.
おったく
You had us worried, you know.
心
あまり気を使わないでください
She took off her cat ears. Please, there was no need to be.
薬物捜査に携わる人間として
Do
皆さん
character
は
art for
聞く必
Tio.
要
We
があ
are
る
blessed this day. Yeah, they also took off her chest plate. Given that you are involved in the ongoing drug investigation, I know it's your duty to ask me.
私の知っている情報
About
を
everything I know, I mean.
あのなティオ
Listen, Tio.
俺たちが
Do you really think we would
話を
push you to share
わざわざ
something
聞こ
you're
うとすると
clearly
思うのか？
uncomfortable talking about?
もちろん捜査も大事だけどそれと
While
こ
the
れとは話が
investigation
全
is
く別よ
definitely important, these are two separate
私た
matters.
ちにとってあなたは
You're more
同
to
じ
us
仕事
than
に
just
携
a
わる同僚
colleague.
だそれ以前に
Above
何より
all,
も代え難
you're
い
an
仲間だと思
irreplaceable
ってる
friend, Tio.
他人には秘めておきたいそいつならではの
Everyone's
事情
got
は
some
ある
bits
さ
of their past that they'd rather not talk about.
俺の過去についてはちょいと
I
ばかり
guess
漏
mine
れちまった
kinda ended up getting out
気を
anyway.
つけ
But if
お前
you
がそれを
really
知られた
don't
く
want
ね
to
え
talk
っていう
about
の
what you know, Tio
俺
taught,
は
then
全
we'll
力
do
でお前
everything
に
we
協
can
力
to
する
support
さ
the decision.
エリーさんランディさん
そういうことだ
That's how we all feel,
で
Tio.
ももしティオが俺たちに話したいん
But
だ
if you ever decide you want to tell us about the things you've kept
話す
hidden,
ことで少し
if
でも気持
talking
ちを
about
軽くで
them
きる
with
んだ
us will help ease your burden even a little,
だったらその重荷は
then know that all of us would be
ぜひ受け持たせ
happy
て
to
ほしい。
help shoulder it for you.
ロイドさんよ
I'm
くそんなに
constantly amazed by the
難しいセリ
embarrassing
フを
things
言
you
えます
say
ね
when you get into one of your speeches.
ロイドさんだけでなくエリーさんも
Not
ラン
just
ディ
you,
さんも
but Ellie and Randy too.
お二人ともロイド
Lloyd's
さんに影響され
cheesiness
てるん
must
じ
be
ゃないで
rubbing
す
off
か
on you. Yeah, I think you got us there.
確かに否定はできない
Clearly,
わ
we've
ね
been spending too much time listening to
否
Lloyd.
定してくれよ
Yeah, laugh it up.
ロイドさんには
I've
前
already
に
told
少し
Lloyd a
話
part
し
of
ま
this
したが
story, but let me explain from the start.
私は5歳の頃
When I was 5 years
両親
old,
と離れ
I
離
was
れになり
kidnapped
とある狂信的
and
な
held
宗教
captive
団
by a
体
cult
に
of religious fanatics. No,
そいつは
その教団の真の教義や目的は
the cult's objective
今で
is
もわからない
in
そう
doing
です
so
が
is still unknown. one thing is
ただ
clear.
彼らは
They were attempting to
エイド
obtain
スを否定
something
し
by rejecting the
悪魔
goddess
を
and
崇拝する
worshipping
ことで
devils.
私を含めた他の子供たち
I
は
think that they saw me and the other
その
captive children as offerings, nothing
供
more,
物だったん
nothing
だと
less.
思います。
Simply a means to obtain whatever they wanted.
供物
Offerings?
供物と言っても
Yes,
Ikenie to
I
かじゃありません。
call them offerings because sacrifices wouldn't exactly be right. Game, I said you would never traumatize us via children. Unfortunately, the game said, ha ha, you thought.
そんな目にあった子もいたのか
Though,
もしれませんが
I suppose it's possible the term could apply to some of the children.
その教団は
The cult had several
いくつもの
lodges, and each was
ロッジごとに
experimenting with
様
different
々なそして
rituals.
私が連れて行かれ
As
た
for
ロッジ
the
で行われて
lodge
いた
I
のは
was taken to, their rituals primarily
儀式
involved
という名の
various kinds of
人
human
体実験でし
experimentation.
た人体実験
Human
ひょっとし
experimentation?
てお前
So
の
is that why
能力
you've got those enhanced senses of yours?
はい
Precisely.
薬物を投与され
Sensors were
Then
attached to our entire
sensor
bodies,
tsukerare.
and we were pumped full of drugs.
考えつく限りのやり方
They
で
attempted to enhance our
五感を
five
高め
senses
る
using
試みが
any
行われ
method
ました
imaginable.
さらには強
They
制
even
的
tried
な暗
enhancing
示
our sensitivity
と
to
精神的な
supernatural
負荷をか
phenomena
けることで
by applying
霊感のようなものが
psychological
高められ
stress and hypnosis.
3年間
For 3 long
それが毎
years,
日
that was
の
my
ように
life,
続きま
day
した。
in, day out.
そんな
That can't be. Hello, Seaweed. Welcome to stream. Yeah, you came at kind of a dark moment.
それでも私は幸運
Despite
な
all
方だった
that,
かもしれません
I was one of the lucky ones.
私以外の子は
None of the children could
全員が
withstand the
耐えきれませんでした。
procedures, except for me.
一人
Oh.
また一人と
One by
周
one,
りか
they
ら子
began to
供がいなくな
disappear.
ってついに一人にな
And
っ
it was
た
at
頃
that moment, when I became the last child
私は
remaining,
手に入れていました
that I gained this power.
分厚い岩壁の向こう
My hearing became keen enough that even though a massive rock wall separated us, I could hear the others' final cries as though I was right there in the room with them. Oh,
ティオちゃん
those
けど
monsters.
どもが
そんな時でした
Then something happened.
私のいたロッジにロイドさんのお兄
Lloyd's
さん
brother Guy broke into the lodge.
ガイさんを含めたチームは教団の信者たちを無力化しながら
The team accompanying
Lodge
Guy
seance
was able to neutralize the cult followers and dismantle the lodge's operation. She said she was kidnapped when she was 5, so from the time she was 5 to 8, she was going through this. How is she mentally
抵
stable?
抗は激しく制圧された途端自決
The
する者
resistance
が
was
ほとんどだっ
strong,
たそ
but
う
the
です
moment the lodge fell, most of the cultists committed suicide.
そうした屍を踏み越え
Guy
ながら
passed by countless bodies littering the ground until he finally reached the ceremonial
ガ
chamber.
イさんは
And there, he
ただ
found
一人
me,
の生き残った
the
子供を
only
発見
surviving
しました
child. She's just built different. Fair. She is, in fact, built different.
ガイさんに保護された時
By the time Guy
私は
found me,
衰
I
弱
was
しきって
wasting
いま
away.
した
So weak, I was near death myself.
そして
I
この
was
病院に
quickly
連れ
brought
て
to this
こられ
hospital and spent several
数
months
ヶ月の間
recuperating here.
療養してそこから先は以
What
前
happened after that,
ロイドさんに
I've
話した通
already
り
told
です
Lloyd about. So that's what really
So good.
happened.
ティオちゃん
Tio, I.
皮肉なものですね
And in a cruel twist of
これ
fate,
だけお世話になっ
though
て
I was so grateful to
感謝
Guy
して
for
いた人
saving
だ
me
った
from that
3年
place,
前
when I heard that he
ガイ
passed
さんが
away
亡くなった
3 years
ことを
ago,
聞かされた時
I didn't feel much of anything.
まるで
It's
手
as
に
if,
入れた
in
力と
exchange for this
光
power, I had my
人間らしい
emotions
感情を
stripped
失っ
away.
たそんな不思議な考えすらありました
That's how it felt to me, at least.
ティオ
多分
But I
私
think
は
back then, I actually
聞き
wanted
た
to
かった
ask
ん
him
だと思い
something.
ます眩しいくらいに前向き
I
な
wanted to ask a strong,
力強かった
impossibly
あの人に
optimistic person like Guy.
私のような欠けた存在
How
が
exactly should a broken
ど
person
う生
like
きたらい
me
いの
live?
かをでも結局
In the
その
end,
答えが
though,
聞けず
I missed my chance to ask, and I ended up being
Epstein-Zeidanに
recruited by the
引き取られて。
Epstein Foundation.
そして 支援課
After
に来
that,
て
I joined the special support section.
皆さんと
and
一緒
began
に
to live with
暮ら
all of
してい
you.
てやっぱり
But even now,
今でも
I
よ
still
くわ
haven't
から
figured
ない
out
ん
the
です
answer.
どう生きたらいいのか
How should I live my life?
どうして
And why?
私
Why did
は
I
生きているの
survive?
か
Why am I here?
ティオちゃん
You are 14. These are big concerns.
いいじゃないわからなくったって
You don't have to worry about that. It's okay to not know the
そんなのは
answers.
私たちだって
Everyone
あな
struggles
たと
with
同
those
じなんだから
very same questions. What?
なぜ生きてるのか
Why are we here?
どう生きれば
How
いい
should we
の
live our lives?
そんなのが分かってる人間なんて
There aren't
So-
many
so
people
이름은
out
정해서.
there who do have answers for those questions to you.
俺もエリ
Me,
ーもランディも
Ellie, Randy,
誰だって同じさ
we're all lost, the same as you. And honestly, it's even worse because she probably does still have those emotions. She just learned to shut them off because of all of the pain she was in.
あ
My
俺
poor
なんだ
Tio.
特に自分の道を見失った口だが
I know I definitely lost my way for a bit, that's for
そ
sure.
れでもティオスケ
Still, Tio taught, there's no need to rush to find an answer to
真
those
面目すんそん
questions.
な難しい問題を
We've got our
急いで
entire
解いて
lives
ど
to
う
figure
するん
stuff
だ
like that out.
で
But
も
それでも気になるなら
if you can't help but wonder what the
答えを探し
answers
続ければい
are,
い。
all you need to do is keep searching for them.
ただ
And
焦る必
remember,
要はないし
You don't have
一
to
人
do
で
it
探
alone.
す必要だ俺たちが一緒に
We
探
can
すから
search
さ
for the answers together.
もちろん私もよ
Of course, that includes me,
ランディだって課長だって
Randy, the
キー
chief,
ノちゃんやザイドだって
Kia, even
み
Sites.
んな力になってく
We're
れる
all
わ
here for you.
あなたがその難しい
We'll
問
help you
題
find
の
the
答えを見つ
answers
け
you're
られる
looking
の
for.
リーさんもランディさんも
I
ロ
knew
イ
it.
ドさんに感化され
Lloyd
た
really has rubbed off on you two. If she cries, I'm gonna die.
本当に
She's
出
crying!
るこちら
You're all making
恥ずかし
such
くなってきてしまい
cheesy speeches now.
どうしてそんな
Why are you like this?
まそれも巡り合わせだろう
Well, we didn't really have a say in the matter, you know?
支援家を選んじまった
The
時
moment
点
we
で
joined the SSS, we were fated to fall victim to
誰
Lloyd's
かさんの被
sappiness.
害者だ
そうね
Randy's right.
そういう恥ずかしい思いも
We're a
分かち合っ
team.
てもらわないとね
We share what we feel, even if it's embarrassing.
なんで俺が加害者になってるのか
I
わ
don't
からないけど
really get why this is my fault, but
分か
I
ち合うっての
definitely
は
agree with
俺も
Ellie's
賛成だよ
last point.
恥ずかしい思いだけじゃなく
We share
辛い
everything
思いや苦しい
embarrassment,
思い
our past pains,
それからもちろん
and of
嬉し
course,
い
our
思いや
smiles and
楽しい
happiness
思い
as
それ
well.
が仲間ってもん
That's what
だ
it means to be a team, right?
もう
Please stop. Tio,
恥ずかしくて暑苦しくて
all your sappy feelings are smothering me. I don't know how much more I can take.
で
But for some reason,
もなんだか
It's not a
悪
bad
くない
feeling.
気分です